Deal or no deal? As a New York State broker and a real estate auctioneer here in New York, I get this question asked all the time by new investors and seasoned investors. They're always coming to me asking me for good deals. And my question to them is always, what's a good deal to you? A good deal to me may be very different than a good deal to you. I may be very excited by a $50,000 return on my investment, whereas another investor might say, that's too much headache, too much hassle. I'm not doing it if I'm not getting a $100,000 return. So understanding what a good deal means to you is very important before you go to a professional asking them for good deals. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to go over some properties that have actually sold at the live foreclosure sales. Today I'll talk about 185 North 23rd Street in Wheatley Heights, right here on Long Island. It came to the steps January of 2022. The bank's upset or opening bid was $228,000. We had 16 people attend this sale and a lot of competitive bidding, so it actually sold for $360,000. And in case you didn't know this, at the live sale, you don't need $360,000 as the winning bidder that day. The winning bidder just needs 10% down, so that was $36,000, and then they have 30 days to come up with the rest of the money. So that could be private money, it could be joint ventures with other partners, it could be hard money. For the purposes of this video today, we're going to use hard money as an example. I am not certain if that buyer actually used hard money. I'm just going to give you some numbers so that you can get a good idea and when you're analyzing your deals. So if we use hard money for this example, let's say around this time it was probably a 10% interest rate. I know that sounds a little high. Interest rates for hard money are definitely always going to be higher than your conventional mortgages. However, they're interest-only payments, and if the numbers make sense, they make sense. I don't sell hard money, but I'm an advocate. I've used it personally, so I'm not opposed to it. Again, if the numbers make sense, they make sense. So this property actually did not sell on the MLS until April of 2023. So that purchaser, for whatever reason, held it for a long amount of time. I'm not certain if he had problems with getting permits or with his contractors. You do have to take this into account when you're running your numbers. But on an interest-only loan, he held it for, we're going to say, about 14 months. And so his payments were $2,700 a month. So we're going to estimate that his holding cost for this was about $38,000. So all in from the purchase, let's say he purchased it $360, all in with taxes. The taxes were a little over $10,000. He was probably at $400,000 for the purchase price. He rehabbed it at about $80,000, we're going to say, just from the looks of it, the pictures. And then again, we're just estimating. I don't know the details of how much he spent on this. And we're going to add those carrying costs from the loan, so about $38,000. So all in, he was about $483,800. Right? This was before he listed it. So he did list it on the MLS. He was offering a 2% agent fee for a buyer agent. We're also going to assume that he provided his selling agent with a commission as well. So we'll just estimate probably about 2%. So for a 4% commission on the MLS for his realtors, that was about $21,600. So now our all-in costs are about $505,400. He sold it on the MLS to a buyer at $540,000. So if we think about that original purchase price was $360 and he sold it for $540, that sounds pretty amazing. We don't take into consideration all those other costs in between that we discussed. So $540 minus the $505,400, his net before the IRS. So also understand, when you're flipping and you're selling this quickly, you're paying the highest capital gains tax, right? So $540 minus the $505,400, you're at a net of $34,600. So I ask you, deal or no deal? If you're interested in learning more about purchasing at the foreclosure sale or becoming an investor or finding deals, give me a call, Josiane, your personal agent with the Diamond Group and Properties.